Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine standing on a mountain ridge at dawn. The air is thin, crisp, almost biting your lung. The sun pushes through rolling clouds, spilling golden light across peaks that seem to rise forever. Somewhere down below, tucked between trees and rivers, lies a town so unusual, so enchanting, that you might not believe it exists, yet it does. This is America's hidden face. Beyond the crowded cities and the highways, beyond the beaches and deserts, lie mountain towns carved out of rock, history, and dream. Some are like portals to Europe. Others feel like time machines. A few are so strange they feel born of myth. Today, we'll journey through 10 unbelievable mountain towns in the US. And trust me, by the end, you'll be questioning why you never heard of them before. Let's begin. Town #1, Leavenworth, Washington. At first glance, you'll think you took a wrong turn and ended up in the Bavarian Alps. Wooden chalets with painted shutters line the streets. Flower boxes spill over with bright red geraniums. Shop windows display cuckoo clocks and German beer steins. In the fall, men in lederhosen play accordions, while families clink mugs at Oktoberfest. But no, you're not in Germany. You're in Leavenworth, Washington, tucked deep into the Cascade Mountains. Leavenworth wasn't always Bavarian. Once, it was a struggling logging town. When the railroad moved and the industry collapsed, locals faced ruin. Then came a wild idea in the 1960s. Transform the town into a Bavarian village. They rebuilt storefronts, painted murals, and leaned into festivals. It worked too well. Today, tourists pour in year-round, stunned by this alpine mirage in the Pacific Northwest. But beyond the kitsch, there's real magic here. Step outside Main Street and you'll find mountain trails that cut into dense pine forests. In summer, meadows burst with wildflowers. The Wenatchee River rushes cold and fast, salmon shimmering beneath its surface. In winter, snow drapes the town in silence, and the mountains loom like cathedral walls. Leavenworth is a contradiction. Playful but rugged, staged but real. It invites you to laugh at its quirkiness while humbling you with raw nature. Here, joy and awe coexist. Emotion. Leavenworth awakens nostalgia you never knew you had. It's the warm echo of European fairy tales mixed with the untamed heart of American wilderness. It feels like stepping into another life. And sometimes, you don't want to leave. Town #2, Taos, New Mexico. Now, let's shift landscapes entirely. Imagine the air thinner, dry. Instead of green forests, you see vast high desert mesas. Instead of Bavarian timber, you see adobe walls glowing orange under the setting sun. The sky is endless, stretching so far it makes you feel small. This is Taos, New Mexico. Taos is not just a town, it's a tapestry. At nearly 7,000 feet, it is a place where cultures collide and overlap. The Taos Pueblo, built of adobe, has been continuously inhabited for over 1,000 years. Here, ancient traditions still live. Dances, ceremonies, earth-built homes. Spanish settlers arrived centuries later, leaving their imprint in churches and plazas. Artists followed in the 20th century, drawn by the light, the silence, the strange beauty of the desert against the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. In winter, Taos Ski Valley offers powdery slopes and crisp air that cuts like glass. In summer, the desert blooms with wild sage, and thunderclouds roll across the horizon in dramatic storms. At night, the sky is an ocean of stars, more brilliant than you can imagine. Taos is mystical. It's no wonder painters, writers, and dreamers keep coming. There's something about the land itself. It feels alive, humming beneath your feet. Stand at dawn and you'll hear the wind whistle through the canyons, carrying whispers of both ancient voices and modern creativity. Emotion. Taos humbles you. It strips away noise and reveals silence, the kind of silence that heals. Here, you don't just see beauty, you feel it seep into your bones. Town #3, Ouray, Colorado. Now picture jagged cliffs rising straight up, waterfalls crashing down rock faces, and a valley so narrow, it feels like the mountains are closing in around you. Welcome to Ouray, Colorado, often called the Switzerland of America. Ouray is perched in the San Juan Mountains, and everywhere you turn is postcard perfect. But unlike Switzerland, Ouray doesn't polish itself for show. It stays raw. In winter, ice climbers from around the world gather at the Ouray Ice Park, where frozen waterfalls turn into vertical playgrounds. The sound of axes striking ice echoes through the canyon. In summer, trails climb past fields of wildflowers into alpine basins, where the air is thin and pure. Hot springs bubble in town, offering warmth even on the coldest nights. Ouray was once a mining hub. Old shafts still scar the mountains, telling stories of gold and grit. The town is small, proud, and resilient. Walk down Main Street and you find no pretense, just old buildings, hearty meals, and locals who nod as if they've known you forever. Emotion. Ouray is resilience carved into stone. It reminds you that life in the mountains is not about ease, it's about endurance. And yet, the reward is staggering beauty that stays with you long after you leave. Town #4, Ellijay, Georgia. Picture the Appalachian Mountains at dawn. Rolling hills dressed in fog, ridges glowing with autumn fire, and the soft sound of rain dripping from oak leaves. Hidden here, in the Blue Ridge Mountains of northern Georgia, lies Ellijay. Ellijay is not your typical famous mountain town. It doesn't scream for attention with ski resorts or glossy tourist centers. Instead, it whispers. Its magic lies in quiet rivers, winding back roads, and a rhythm of life that feels timeless. This is apple country. In fall, orchards stretch across the hills, red and gold fruit hanging heavy on branches. Families drive in from Atlanta to sip cider, crunch into fresh apples, and wander fields where the crisp air smells sweet and earthy. Festivals celebrate the harvest. Music drifts from porches, and laughter echoes in the valley. Yet Ellijay is more than orchards. Trails snake into Chattahoochee National Forest, leading to secret waterfalls and mossy hollows where time seems to stand still. In summer, rivers invite kayakers and anglers. In winter, frost glitters on bare branches, and fireplaces crackle in cozy cabins. Emotion. Ellijay is comfort. It's the feeling of sitting on a wooden porch with a blanket around your shoulders, sipping something warm while mist curls across the hills. It doesn't dazzle. It soothes. It reminds you that beauty doesn't need to shout. Town #5, Salida, Colorado. Now let's return west to Colorado, but not to the well-trodden paths of Aspen or Vail. Instead, we go to Salida, a town where the mountains meet the river and adventure runs through every street. Salida is rugged, alive. The Arkansas River surges right through town, its waters frothing with whitewater rafters in spring and summer. Trails climb into the nearby Sawatch Range, where 14,000-foot peaks rise like guardians. The air here is thin, sharp, invigorating. But Salida is not just wilderness, it's also art. Downtown bursts with galleries, murals, live music. Cafes buzz with conversations between artists, climbers, rafters, and locals who seem to carry the mountains in their eyes. At night, strings of lights glow over patios, and laughter fills the air. This balance is what makes Salida special. You can hike a rugged trail by day, covered in dust and sweat, and by evening, you're sipping craft beer while a band plays under the stars. It's not just a place, it's a lifestyle, one that blends grit with joy. Emotion. Salida is energy. It pushes you to climb higher, paddle harder, live bolder. Yet it also invites you to pause, to savor community and creativity. Here, you learn that adventure isn't just in the peaks, it's in the people.